Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we bring you information about a very interesting topic, about a world-renowned airline that became successful through well-planned and streamlined processes. A story that proves that nothing is impossible with foresight. Ethiopia Airline, top secrets behind its success. Ethiopian Airlines is the only African airline that has achieved international acclaim. The airline has successfully maintained a strategic focus with the long-term objective of leading the African aviation sector. However, it confronts multiple concerns, including aviation behemoths taking over African skies, a lack of an open ski structure on the continent, and a state-controlled and heavily regulated aviation sector. In the future, Ethiopian Airlines must decide if its emphasis on the African continent is a viable long-term strategy. The worldwide aviation sector has taken the brunt of the coronavirus epidemic in recent months. In reality, thousands of airlines had to halt flights and cancel flights as governments throughout the world imposed travel restrictions and closed borders to prevent the spread of the sickness. However, the severe impact of these policies was seen mostly by airlines that had been performing poorly previous to the epidemic and had to file for bankruptcy. Virgin Australia, Flybe, and Compass Airlines, for example, have either gone insolvent, entered administration, or declared bankruptcy, but Ethiopian Airlines has a different narrative to tell. Ethiopian Airlines drew widespread notice when CEO Old Jebra Mariam said that the airline is in negotiations with Mauritius and South Africa to resurrect the debt-ridden and faltering carrier. Although no agreement has been reached with South Africa, Ethiopian Airlines is eager to resume talks to resurrect itself after years of hardship. Ethiopian Airlines was an enormous success story even before the epidemic. While its competitors South African Airlines and Kenya Airways are declining, Ethiopian Airlines is growing. As things currently stand, it appears that even the coronavirus epidemic will not deter the carrier from accomplishing its aim of being the finest African airline by 2025. Furthermore, although many airlines sought government bailout packages, reduced positions, and let go personnel, Ethiopian Airlines miraculously managed to survive the epidemic without any financial assistance or cutting job count to minimize costs. Ethiopian Airlines is apparently in talks to buy a share in South African Airways, although no substantive discussions have taken place. Ethiopian Airlines is no stranger to African aviation ventures, having previously made significant investments in ASKI Airlines, Ethiopian Mozambique Airlines, Malawi Airlines, and Chadi Airlines. The acquisition of South African Airlines might be part of a larger strategy to control the African aviation market. According to the International Air Transport Association, worldwide air passenger volume isn't going to return to pre-COVID levels until 2024. IATA also stated that the epidemic is expected to cost African airlines roughly $2 billion in 2020. Despite this, Ethiopian Airlines has been able to make ends meet by covering all of its overhead and fixed expenditures, as well as other financial obligations. Ethiopian Airlines has survived the epidemic with no missed payments, and by changing 25 of its 777 passenger planes to improve freight capacity. It has also been developing repatriation flights and is a favored alternative for governments to carry individuals back home. What secrets are behind the success of Ethiopian Airlines? Ethiopian Airlines has grown to become Africa's largest airline, with 19 million seats in operation in 2019. In 2018, the carrier was named the leading airline in sub-Saharan Africa by passenger capacity, surpassing Emirates. It is also Africa's most profitable airline. It is an incredible achievement for the airline, given that many other prominent companies on the continent are losing money for one reason or another, most notably South African Airways and Kenya Airlines. What's noteworthy is that, despite Ethiopia's financial success, the airline is executing a significant cost-cutting program with annual savings of 10% to 20%. Ethiopian Airlines' success can be ascribed to two elements. The airline's clarity of vision and independence from the government in everyday operations is the first. In reality, Ethiopian Airlines met its Vision 2025 objectives in 2018 and is currently focusing on Vision 2035. Despite being a state-owned company, Ethiopian Airlines has operated as a commercial enterprise daily, aided by competent leadership and well-trained employees. To put things in perspective, the government owns Ethiopia, but its operations are run in the same manner as any other organization. Ethiopian Freight and Logistics Services is Africa's largest freight network operator and has won the award for Best Airline in Africa for 5 years in a row. We currently serve 66 cargo dedicated and 131+ passenger destinations in Africa, the Middle East, Asia, Europe, and the Americas with our 9 Boeing 777-200 LRF, 1 Boeing 767-300 Farad, and 4 Boeing 737-800 Farad dedicated freighters and 127 passenger aircraft. With a workforce of over 17,000 personnel, it has achieved the maximum aircraft daily usage of nearly 17 hours on its B777FS. Ethiopian Cargo has a sophisticated warehouse with a 1 million ton yearly storage capacity that is completely automated and equipped with cutting-edge technology. Ethiopian Cargo and Logistics Services plans to expand its cargo network to 90 locations and operate 37 freighter aircraft by 2035, according to a modification of its Vision 2025. Second, Ethiopia's geographical location has greatly aided its establishment as an aircraft hub connecting Africa to the Middle East, Asia, and Europe. Addis Ababa has recently become a hub able to attract and move considerably more traffic, mainly from Asia to the American continents. In addition, the city of Addis Ababa is building Africa's biggest airport. Ethiopian Airlines has invested an estimated $5 billion to construct the port, which may become Africa's busiest airport, capable of processing more people than Johannesburg, South Africa's current biggest hub. Connectivity is another feature that adds to the airline's success. Ethiopian Airlines has created air connections throughout the continent to accomplish its slogan of bringing Africa together and beyond. The airline has stood firm, serving African countries in times of difficulty as well as times of peace and growth. As a result, it has established itself as a dependable airline in Africa. Another significant secret is the airline's autonomy despite government control. The airline is permitted to operate independently and in compliance with industry standards and regulations, with no interference in its commercial choices or day-to-day operations. Then, they always emphasize new technologies, and those new technologies are essential to their success. They are constantly bringing in new aircraft and a young fleet. This contributes to success. The management's prudence and strict corporate governance are critical. The move comes at a time when its present base at Addis Ababa Bole International Airport is struggling to keep up with the rapidly expanding capacity. Bole handled fewer than 1 million travelers every year less than a decade ago. However, the success of Ethiopia has significantly contributed to an increase in passenger intake at the airport. It was notable because it increased to 7 million in 2014. According to several projections, passenger numbers will continue to rise by roughly 18% every year. The new airport will be 35 square kilometers in size. According to reports, the airport would be built in Bishoftu, a village 39 kilometers southeast of Addis Ababa, and will have a capacity of 100 million people per year. The new airport's development was set to begin in the second half of 2020. That decision, however, was made before the coronavirus epidemic hit the worldwide aviation sector. Aviation branding positions the aviation firm as an industry leader, challenger, follower. The primary responsibility of an airline in building a great brand in the aviation business is to give consumers a sense of safety and comfort. Their primary responsibility is to deliver luxury, convenience, customer service quality, on-time arrival, the airline's safety reputation, cabin staff friendliness, ease of booking, luggage allowance, and the shortest route to the destination. The airline has constructed a new passenger gateway at its hub airport, Addis Ababa Bole International Airport. The new Ethiopian terminal contains a baggage claim hall with 60 check-in counters, 30 self-check-in kiosks, 10 self-bag drops (SBD), 16 immigration counters with greater e-gate capabilities, and 16 central security screening spaces for exiting passengers. Ethiopian Airlines' phenomenal performance can be attributed to the Ethiopian government's strong defense of its carrier. It is exceedingly difficult for a foreign airline to obtain landing privileges in Addis Ababa. Other airlines flying to other domestic areas inside the country are similarly highly regulated and limited by the government. It is worth noting that Ethiopian Airlines has made significant investments in modernizing its fleet, which is presently among the newest on the continent. This success story is a one-of-a-kind illustration of how a state-owned enterprise should be run in the current day. The carrier has shown the appropriate amount of dedication, corporate mechanism, and government backing, as well as a high level of efficiency. If you found this video helpful and want to know more interesting things like this, stay tuned. For that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share our videos. We are ready to meet you with more videos like this. So thank you very much and hope to see you soon. Bye.